You're still too slow. You're not moving quick enough. You know what you have to do, but for some reason there's something stopping you. What is it, man? Let's talk about it. You've been flirting with the idea of starting your own business, of starting a YouTube channel, of starting a blog, of learning how to trade, but something is stopping you. What is that? And time is ticking. I mean, what? It's the 17th of July right now. Where has this year gone? It's flown by just like that. And you're still sat there in a state of inaction, paralyzed like a deer in front of a car. What's stopping you, man? What's stopping you from pulling the trigger? You got to make a start. There's a saying, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to become great. Someone else out there is gaining some progress despite starting from a situation worse than yours, and that person will do laps around you. And then you're going to think, how the fuck? This guy came from such an impoverished background and I had more money than him and Yeah, but you're comfortable. You don't really want it that bad. You don't. You chat shit. I used to be that guy. Every year, New Year's resolutions, writing down goals, buying fucking whiteboards and shit. All these self-development books. But I was still afraid. I was afraid of going all out. You could say it's a fear of failure. A fear of criticism from other people. And I would even say for some people, it's the fear of success. What if it works out and I can't handle it? Worry about that bridge when you get there. It's too early to worry about, what if I can't handle the money? Just fucking start, bro. Gain some progress. Get some money in the bank. Then you can worry about how am I going to do my taxes? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I don't know how you guys genuinely sleep at night. Some of you guys who have promised yourself enormous things. I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to do that. And you still haven't pulled the trigger. How do you sleep at night? Does it not bother you? It used to bother me. I'll be rolling around in bed and then I'd wake up at 2 a.m. thinking, fucking hell, man, I'm such a talker. I'm not serious. Just chatting shit. All talk, no action. And then it got to a point where I was genuinely fed up. And I always say this, guys. Nothing will change until you get to the point where you are fed up. Enough is enough. It's right up to here. You're sick of your own bullshit. Nothing will change for you until you're sick of your own bullshit. Some of you guys, you're convincing yourself that there's some date in the future that is more convenient for you to start. And let me tell you this, man. Life is chaotic in nature. Things will go wrong at the worst possible time. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you'll never fucking start. Invest the money. Buy the books. Fly out to go to the event. Invest in you, man. And time is ticking. Where could you be this time next year if you start now? But you telling yourself, end of the month, next month, September, before you know it, it's 2024. You could have had 6 months under your belt right now. 6 months of serious progress. And it doesn't take as much time as you think it does to get relatively competent. I think they say 20 hours. 20 hours of productive work puts you at a proficient level in most things. Not an expert. Not saying you're going to be an expert in trading or learning the piano. No. Or playing the piano. No. But you can get to a very proficient level. A relatively proficient level within 20 hours of productive work. So you don't need 5 years under your belt to start seeing some progress. Nah, man. You can get some good progress in after about 20 hours. And a lot of the things that you were intimidated by, once you actually start looking into them, you're like, wow. There I was overcomplicating this shit. But you know what? I'm getting the hang of it. You don't know. You could be a quick learner. You could grasp the concepts relatively quickly. You're like, shit. Fucking hell, man. And it's only at that point do you regret not starting sooner. Come on, my brother. Don't wait for the fucking sea to go calm. Weather the storm, man. Yeah, there's going to be huge waves that are scary as fuck. But you know what? We're going to weather those storms. We're prepared. Make some progress, man. Don't do the mistake that I did for many years of just waiting for things to go rosy and then for me to start. I used to give myself bullshit excuses. Oh, well, you don't have this yet. You don't have that yet. You don't need everything to begin with, man. You don't. Invest the money. Why the fuck are you scared to lose £1,000, £500? But you're happy to buy a PlayStation 5. You're happy to go on holiday to Italy for 3 days and spend 1,000. But when it comes to starting your own business, buying stock, learning a new skill, all of a sudden that's a lot of money. That means you don't want it bad enough. That means you're talking a load of smack. Back it up. That's how I judge how serious somebody is, by the action, not by the words, not by the intent. Everybody intends on doing well. Everybody wants the $1 million house and the Lamborghini. But how many actually follow through on the intent? Jim Rohn used to say, indecision is the thief of opportunity. I don't think you guys caught that. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. It will rob you of a potentially remarkable life. You were sat still, watching other people for so long, thinking, I wonder if I could do it. Well, you know what? Maybe they're just naturally more talented than I am. And their years go by, 2024, 2025, 2026, and you're still sat there, still not taking action, still watching other people. You don't want to be that guy later on in life looking back with regret. Your kids could have had a better life, but because their dad was a fucking bitch, was scared of investing money, settled for a shit mediocre job in a company that does not appreciate him, cowered away because he didn't want to get hurt. Nah, man. Look, it's not all about getting the result. It's the person you become in the process. I've said this before. At least if you try and you don't get what you want, you have stories to share, experience, wisdom. One day your kid might want to start a business and you could say, hey man, I did this and this. Make sure you focus on this. At least you could tell him what not to do. You may not be a multi-millionaire successful business owner, but you could tell him all the mistakes that you did so he doesn't have to do them. Rather than being that guy that has no stories to share, no experience to share. Just scared, sat in the corner. Remember, it's not about the result. It's about the person you become in the process. You get better when you're on the battlefield, when you're fighting. You don't get better by watching. You got to do. Confront that fear head on. I don't give a fuck if you're scared. It is scary. But do it scared, as Les Brown used to say. Oh, but Ali, it's hard. Do it hard. I'm not saying only do what's easy. You're not a fucking child. You're a grown man. You're going to do what's difficult. And on the other side, you will derive that sweetness. When you confront a difficult task and it frustrates you, and you have to go back to square one and you have to learn again and take notes and do all those things, and then you finally get it, the light bulb flicks on. That's a glorious feeling, man. Because you started not knowing, and now you know. And remember, it never stops. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That's what makes life exciting. You don't arrive at a destination and then never do anything ever again. No, you want to go out there and break more records. That's what makes life exciting. That you don't remain in a stagnant position. You keep going for more. You keep finding out what else you're capable of. And we'll never truly fulfill our potential because human beings have enormous potential. But you might get pretty close. You might end up living a remarkable life because you dared to go out there and give it your all. Kobe Bryant used to say it, right? He didn't want to leave any stone unturned. He wanted to be able, when he retired, this is what he said, to look back and say, you know what, I gave it my all. There was nothing more I could have done. And that's the approach you need to take to your life. Fucking 25 years old, safe job in the city, BMW, and you're scared of investing $500. Get out of here, man. Don't be a little bitch. Be willing to fall flat on your face. You'll get back up. Yeah, it's going to hurt. But you're going to get back up and you're going to go for it again. And you don't know. You could be bigger and better than you ever expected. Focus on that as well. Expect to win, as I always say. Don't just think, of the worst case scenario. Oh, but what if I, fail? Yeah, but what if you could become way more successful than you ever dreamt of? Because there's a lot of people like that. A lot of successful people, when they interview them, they say, did you ever expect to have achieved such heights? And a lot of them say, you know what? Never in my wildest imagination. That's exciting. They didn't even expect to be this big. Now, I'm sure they didn't just do nothing and become successful. No, they put in the work. It's possible, man. Other people that are less qualified than you, that came from more impoverished backgrounds than you, have done it. So no fucking excuses. Alright, with that being said, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a like, comment down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Peace, gentlemen.